Now, last night I explained that Democrats, so obsessed with beating Trump in November, are working overtime to keep Americans, even children, miserable. Now, case in point, next door to Washington, D.C., the Fairfax County Public Schools have announced that children will not be permitted to return to school 5 days a week as normal, only providing a 2-day-a-week or an all-online option. Parents and students are rightly outraged. New York City has announced it's going to adopt a similar plan for the fall, leaving all the working parents there in a complete bind. And kids, of course, are left wondering if life will ever be the same for them again. Now, adding parent stress and confusion, Governor Cuomo said today that he may not let schools reopen at all. Now, Democrats, the teachers' unions, are putting their own political interests first, and Education Secretary Betsy DeVos must have watched the show last night because she nailed them on it today.
There are some creating false paradigms for the fall. And here, right in our neighborhood, the D.C. area, Fairfax County, which is one of the most well-funded, I would call it an elite public school system in America, offered families a so-called choice for this fall. Either 0 days in school for their students or 2 days. It would fail America's students, and it would fail taxpayers.
Guess what? The Ingraham angle gets results. After we highlighted the Fairfax County disaster, the district announced later this afternoon that it is considering mandating just 3 feet of social distancing between the kids, meaning that more kids could potentially go to school in person. Okay, well, it's a step in the right direction, but it's still far from what the science is telling us.
We know that mortality rate in under 25 from the CDC data is less than 0.1%. We have no evidence that there is significant mortality in children without coexisting diseases.
But again, Joe Biden's party of science ignores scientific facts and data that show that shutdowns haven't and do not work. And instead, they opt for strafing America with fear and panic in hopes that it's going to hurt the economy and thus hurt Donald Trump on Election Day. Now, of course, they don't give a damn that in the process, our children and our families will be collateral damage.
A lot of our kids are hurting out there. They're struggling with loneliness, with social isolation. The American Academy of Pediatrics spoke about that, a very forceful statement from pediatricians across the country that said, we got to get our kids back into school.
If Lockdown Joe wins, however, you can expect that the Fairfax and New York school plan to become the norm for the rest of the country. Parents, already totally stressed out by economic uncertainty, are going to be pushed to the edge. I've heard from them. It's a house of cards. And it gets worse. Biden-supporting educrats are eager to work less, but also indoctrinate more. Now, what am I talking about? Well, Black Lives Matter zealots now have outsized influence in school districts like Fairfax County, and their goal is to turn your kids into hardcore activists by remaking education from top to bottom. Now, you don't believe me? Well, here's video our next guest shot from a public work session of Fairfax school leaders.
We have great stuff going on with our social studies curriculum, and but if we want to talk about all the other things and the components that really will create an anti-racist school system, we have to look at it systemically.
We had created the chief equity officer position, and we've done some good work in this, but we're a long ways away from it.
To be a meaningful challenge to systemic racism, I believe we must be honest about our policies and our interactions.
I love how they're just reading everything, by the way. If the teachers or educators, couldn't they just speak? Well, when you watch that, you imagine the worst of Howard Zinn, plus maybe the 1619 Project, and you get the picture. Now, every subject, every extracurricular activity will be perverted to turn your kids into mini Ilhan Omars. They're going to learn that capitalism is racist, history as conventionally taught is racist, literature, most of that's racist. Patriotic songs, racist. And the Declaration and the Constitution, of course, they're racist. Are you sensing a theme here? Well, say goodbye to the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic, and say hello to the 3 C's of critical race theory, cancel culture, and community organizing. And what about teachers or administrators? What about those people who don't really agree with this and either tacitly or explicitly resist? Well, they're going to be driven out. Maybe they'll be found guilty in newly formed race tribunals, which some students want in colleges. Now, when you think you're too busy, and I understand, to get active in your local school board's decision-making, think about losing your child to the sort of whacked-out thinking that parents and alumni have allowed to dominate college campuses.
By the way, to you who wants or has a mixed-race kid, I hope you realise that doesn't automatically make you anti-racist. In fact, you're doing the opposite. You're first of all objectifying and fetishizing someone like me, and what you are fetishizing is a whitewashed blackness. You're saying that's okay, or that's trendy. Well, I am not your trend.
She's talking about people, I guess, who have mixed-race children, that they're not racist. In fact, they're more racist. Now, you shouldn't want the people who taught that young woman within 10 feet of your child's classroom, or even lecturing them online, for that matter. So the dolts in Fairfax County applaud themselves, though, for ramming through a name change of their school, their high school. Total pandering. Meanwhile, they close their classrooms 3 days a week, hurting the minority kids they supposedly care so much about.
The motion before us is to proceed with the name change for Robert E. Lee High School. That is unanimous. The motion carries.
I am tasked as superintendent to bring to you my recommendations for a possible new name for Lee High School. The first is John Lewis. The next name is Barack Obama. The next name I have to share with the board is Cesar Chavez.
I just want to share with you my Cesar Chavez stuffed animal doll that I've had right here.
Okay, that doll has more brain power than the grown woman holding it. And she's close in any way to making decisions about our kids' education? Our schools, under the guise of racial awareness, will be pressured to these types of radicals, pressured to bow to them. People who would rather sit at home and conduct online propaganda sessions than act like the essential workers that they are, where they're in actual classrooms interacting with actual kids, teaching them actual essentials in person. And of course, these will be precisely the types of people you can expect to populate a Joe Biden Department of Education. Because Biden, he'll always cater to his leftist union base.
This is going to be a teacher-oriented Department of Education, and it's not going to come from the top down. It's come from the teachers up. You know, you don't just have a partner in the White House. You'll have an NEA member in the White House.
Oh my God, that's scary. Is this what American parents really want? A president who will preside over the total erosion of our schools? A total abdication to teachers' unions whose first loyalty isn't to students, but to their own membership, and ultimately, of course, the Democrat Party? We can make a different choice. Let's support a president and a secretary of education who are out there fighting for parents and kids. Let's take back control of our schools and use them to train children who will love this country and understand its history, its economy, and its political system. Let's win this election and teach the left the most important lesson of all, that this country belongs to all the people, not to a small number of anti-American radicals. Now, if we choose that, we won't fail our kids. We'll win for the future and win for the country. And that's the angle.